Welcome to English Story, where timeless classics are retold in simple, emotional, and captivating language. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and comment below so we can continue bringing you even more amazing stories. Today we step into one of the most romantic and tragic love stories of all time, Romeo and Juliet, a tale of love, fate, and heart-shaking choices that has touched millions of hearts for centuries. Romeo and Juliet's story. In the streets of Verona, a bitter feud simmers between the Montagues and Capulets. Amidst the tension, young Romeo Montague wanders, melancholy, haunted by unrequited love, unaware that fate will soon draw him into a passion that will defy family, society, and reason. Romeo learns of the Capulet ball, a chance for forbidden beauty. Disguised, he slips past the watchful eyes of his rivals, guided by hope, curiosity, and the whisper of fate. Tonight, chance and courage converge, and the world holds its breath. Juliet appears, radiant as a star. Their eyes meet, an electric spark igniting across the crowded hall. The world fades. The Montague, the Capulet, the feud all vanish. In that instant, their hearts recognize one another, as if they had always been entwined. Words unsaid hang between them. A fleeting conversation, playful and trembling with tension, reveals mutual attraction. Each word, each glance draws them closer, binding them invisibly in a delicate, dangerous web of forbidden love. Beneath moonlit skies, Romeo sneaks to Juliet's orchard. Their whispered confessions float in the night air. Hearts race. Time seems suspended as they dream aloud of love, of marriage, of defying the world to be together. In secrecy, Friar Lawrence marries them, a desperate hope that love might heal old wounds. The priest warns of danger, but the young hearts are blind to fear. Their joy is intoxicating, fragile as glass, poised on the edge of destiny's knife. Conflict erupts. Tybalt, Juliet's fiery cousin, confronts Romeo. Words sharpen like blades. Fate's cruel hand strikes, and Romeo, in a tragic moment of vengeance, kills Tybalt, sealing a path of sorrow neither can foresee. Banished from Verona, Romeo flees. The lover's joy is shattered. Juliet's despair mirrors the night, dark, unrelenting. Love persists, but obstacles loom, insurmountable. Family, law, and cruel fate conspiring against them. Secret messages and midnight meetings sustain their bond. Each stolen moment becomes a treasure, each glance a lifeline. Their hearts, entwined and defiant, cling to love as if the world's hatred could never touch them. Juliet's parents press her toward Paris. Panic seizes her heart. Desperation drives her to Friar Lawrence, who devises a dangerous plan, a potion to feign death, a temporary escape from a cruel fate, a chance to reunite with Romeo. The night of the plan arrives. Juliet drinks the potion, her pulse quieting, her breath shallow. Her lifeless form is discovered, and grief-stricken families mourn. Romeo, unaware of the ruse, hears only the tragic news. Romeo races to Juliet's tomb, heart torn by anguish. Believing her dead, he succumbs to despair. A potion of death in his hand, he kisses the lips he will never feel alive again, drinking the cruel cup of fate. Juliet awakens. The tomb is cold and silent. Romeo lies lifeless, the world cruelly still. In horror, realization strikes. Their love, passionate and eternal, now faces its final, irrevocable trial. Unable to bear life without Romeo, Juliet joins him in death's embrace. Their hands entwined, lips touching in finality, they succumb to fate together. Love transcends life, defying family, society, and the bitter feud. The families discover the tragedy. Anguish and remorse fill the air. The hatred that once burned so fiercely now dies in sorrow. Love, though too late to save the young, achieves its quiet victory, a lesson in the price of enmity. Verona mourns. Flowers fall upon the tomb, silent witnesses to a love that dared, that burned too brightly, too fast, yet remains immortal. Romeo and Juliet, symbols of passion and tragedy, haunt hearts for generations. Their story becomes legend. Lovers read, hearts ache, tears fall. Each telling reminds the world love defies reason, challenges the impossible, and sometimes asks the ultimate price, a lesson painted in crimson sorrow and unyielding devotion. Even in death, their bond radiates. Stars above seem to honor them, whispering secrets of eternal union. Their tale becomes a beacon, urging hearts to cherish love, to defy hatred, and to seize the fleeting, precious moments of life. The streets of Verona whisper of the tragedy. Citizens recall the young lovers' stolen moments, their daring meetings, the whispered promises beneath moonlight. Even in death, their courage and passion inspire hearts, proving that love can ignite hope amidst the ashes of hate. Montague and Capulet, once bitter enemies, face the emptiness left by their children's loss. Their pride and anger crumble under grief. In the silent sorrow of Verona, reconciliation blooms, fragile yet true, proving love's ultimate power to mend even the deepest wounds. Romeo's first sight of Juliet at the Capulet ball seems as though the stars themselves conspired. Every glance feels like destiny. The music, the dance, the shimmer of candlelight, all conspire to bind their souls in a moment outside time, outside reason, perfectly suspended. Juliet's heart flutters with forbidden curiosity. The Montague boy's presence ignites feelings she cannot name. Every smile, every gentle word is a spark in the darkness of familial expectation. Desire and danger entwine, each heartbeat a secret rebellion against the world that confines her. The first touch of hands, accidental yet electrifying, sends shivers through both. Time slows. Every sense sharpens. The air thickens with longing and peril. Their secret recognition of each other, more than mere attraction, signals a bond neither can resist, regardless of consequence. Beneath the balcony, night draped in silver, Romeo whispers his love. Juliet, trembling yet resolute, responds. Words of passion escape in whispers, the world shrinking to their voices alone. Fate watches silently as the two hearts pledge devotion, daring to defy centuries of hatred. Friar Lawrence, a man of wisdom and hope, senses both danger and divine chance. Agreeing to wed them in secret, he envisions a world where love might bridge enmity. Their clandestine vows carry both ecstasy and risk, sealing a destiny that will test the limits of courage and devotion. The secret wedding, in the dim light of the chapel, is electric with hope and trembling with peril. Each vow spoken carries weight beyond the moment, echoing with consequences yet unseen. In that small room, two hearts beat as one, unaware of the storm gathering outside. Tybalt's fury explodes like fire. Challenge and insult escalate to deadly confrontation. Romeo, attempting peace, is dragged into violence. Honor and anger collide, leaving Tybalt dead and Romeo exiled. Love is no longer safe. It becomes a desperate, defiant flame in a hostile world. Exile from Verona is agony. Romeo's steps carry grief heavier than stones. Each thought of Juliet sharpens the pain of separation. Love, once exhilarating, now feels like a double-edged sword, a force of joy and an instrument of torment, teasing the heart with memories of stolen happiness. Juliet, torn between duty and desire, clings to hope. Each letter, each messenger sustains her, yet the shadow of despair grows. Every heartbeat echoes with fear, every glance at the sky a silent prayer. Love is survival, but survival is steeped in uncertainty and peril. The lovers' secret correspondences shimmer with longing. Words become lifelines. Each line, each phrase conveys longing, devotion, and the fragile thrill of forbidden love. Distance sharpens emotion, transforming daily letters into sacred vessels of hope and heartache. Paris looms as an unwanted suitor. Juliet's fear intensifies as the wedding approaches. Trapped by obligation, she turns to Friar Lawrence once more. Desperation births a daring plan. To fake death, to outwit time and family, to seize a fleeting chance at eternal union. Juliet drinks the potion, her pulse slowing, her body slipping into illusionary death. Alone, she faces the silence and cold, the terrifying stillness. Yet in her mind burns the hope of reunion, a fragile ember defying the darkness, a secret rebellion against the world's cruelty. Romeo hears the news. Juliet is dead. Shock and grief collide in his chest. The world crumbles, leaving him with nothing but anguish and desperation. Without knowledge of the ruse, despair drives him toward a fateful decision, one that will seal both their destinies. Romeo rushes to Juliet's tomb, heart in tatters, each step heavy with sorrow. The sight of her still, pale, and seemingly lifeless is unbearable. In that grave, love meets tragedy, and courage flares as desperation dictates action over reason, binding the lovers in final, irreversible choices. The kiss of farewell is bittersweet. Romeo drinks poison beside Juliet, the world dimming with each heartbeat. Even death cannot quench the love that burns inside him. Passion and tragedy entwine in a final, excruciating act, their love transcending life itself. Juliet awakens to a silence broken only by horror. Romeo lies lifeless. The world feels heavy, the air thick with sorrow. In a moment of both despair and devotion, she joins him, choosing love over life, a final act of unity, sealing their story in both pain and eternity. Their deaths ripple through Verona. The Montagues and Capulets, confronted with the cost of their feud, confront grief and guilt. Hatred gives way to mourning. In sorrow, the seeds of reconciliation are sown, a testament to the transformative power of love and the peril of pride. Verona becomes a city of remembrance. Flowers, tears, and whispered stories commemorate the young lovers. Romeo and Juliet become immortal symbols. The tragedy of love defying convention, the beauty and peril of passion, and the fragile, fleeting nature of life itself. The Capulet household wakes to grief and confusion. Juliet is found motionless, her lifeless form draped in pale silk. The servants' cries echo through the halls. Even her closest relatives feel the weight of impending doom, unaware that the veil of death is but an illusion crafted by desperate hope. Romeo's journey to Juliet's tomb is frantic, fueled by love and despair. Every step resonates with impending tragedy. The streets of Verona blur past as he races against time, carrying poison as a silent vow, determined to reunite with his beloved, even if the world cannot survive their union. Juliet's tomb, silent and shadowed, holds the promise of eternity. Romeo enters, heart pounding, visions of reunion mingling with dread. The stone walls seem to mourn with him. In this sacred yet somber space, love faces its ultimate test. Can passion endure beyond life itself? Romeo sees Juliet and believes her dead. Tears blur his vision, agony pierces every thought. Words fail, but action speaks. He drinks poison, the taste bitter, the world narrowing to Juliet's pale face. Each heartbeat carries farewell, each breath a surrender to love and fate intertwined. Juliet grasps Romeo's lifeless hand, tears falling freely. Her heart shatters, yet refuses to surrender to emptiness. She kisses him one final time, a silent oath of undying love. And in a moment of transcendent devotion, she embraces death, joining him in eternal unity. The tomb reverberates with silence and sorrow. Verona's citizens and families gather, drawn by tragedy's echo. They confront the depth of the feud's cost, realizing that hatred and pride have stolen the brightest young lives. Love, even in death, delivers a lesson none can ignore. Montague and Capulet, once enemies, now share mourning and regret. The bitter feud dissolves under grief's weight. Words of reconciliation are tentative but genuine. The tragedy of Romeo and Juliet forces their hands and hearts toward peace, the ultimate gift of love to a city once divided. Stories of Romeo and Juliet spread through Verona. Every whispered retelling ignites awe and sorrow. Young lovers dream, older hearts remember. The city carries their legacy, passion, defiance, and the fragile beauty of love tested by hatred, immortalized through tears and reverent memory. The stars above Verona seem to honor the lovers. Moonlight reflects off the tomb, shimmering over their eternal rest. Even in death, Romeo and Juliet's love radiates a silent, profound brilliance. It teaches that love's intensity, though fleeting in life, can leave a permanent mark on the world. Montague erects a monument in memory of his son. Capulet joins, placing flowers and offering gestures of peace. The family's sorrow is palpable, but in it, hope for unity blooms. The young lover's story becomes a bridge, connecting hearts that once only knew division. The city of Verona, once ruled by feud and tension, begins to breathe again. Citizens remember the young lovers with reverence, their story a cautionary tale, a symbol of love's power and peril. Public mourning slowly transforms into a shared celebration of passion and courage. Romeo and Juliet's romance transcends time. Artists, poets, and storytellers retell their tale, capturing hearts across generations. Each retelling emphasizes the intensity of their connection, the beauty of secrecy, and the bravery of defying societal chains for the sake of pure, unyielding love. The Capulet ball is remembered as the night fate intervened. Guests recall the fleeting glance that changed everything. Music and laughter now echo with memory, each note tinged with longing. Love's sudden spark is immortalized, a reminder that destiny can strike in an instant, forever altering life. Juliet's innocence and courage resonate through her letters and memories. Each word she penned in secrecy, each silent plea for freedom, now carries the weight of history. Her voice, though silenced in life, speaks eternally of hope, longing, and defiance. Romeo's devotion echoes in every story. His passion, rash yet pure, captures hearts. Every act of courage, every desperate choice, exemplifies love's consuming power. Even in exile and despair, his heart remains unwavering, a testament to the lengths one will go for love. Their clandestine wedding, though brief, becomes legend. Friar Lawrence's words of blessing carry a bittersweet resonance, marking the union of hearts destined to inspire. The private vows whispered under dim candlelight are immortalized in memory as love's truest declaration against the odds. The feud's end, born from tragedy, illuminates love's ultimate triumph. Hatred's futility is revealed through sorrow. Verona learns that love, even when crushed, can mend hearts, forge unity, and leave an everlasting mark, proving that passion's power endures beyond mortal life. Juliet's courage in the face of duty and fear sets her apart. Her defiance, tempered by tenderness, creates a blueprint for love unbounded by circumstance. The potion, the tomb, and her final choice encapsulate the extremes of devotion, showing that love can demand ultimate sacrifice. Romeo's impetuousness, driven by love, shapes the story's tension. Every choice, from the ball to the tomb, reflects a heart guided by passion rather than caution. His journey underscores love's ability to compel action, regardless of consequence, highlighting both beauty and peril. Friar Lawrence, torn between hope and fear, witnesses the lover's secret unfold. His wisdom senses both danger and destiny. The tiny chapel becomes a sacred stage where love dares to flourish amid hatred, and every whispered vow carries both ecstasy and peril. Romeo and Juliet's stolen glances are electric. Every touch, every smile, is a rebellion against centuries of enmity. The world outside may rage with hatred, yet within these moments, love is pure, untouchable, and radiant, defying fate itself. Juliet confesses her heart's longing beneath the moonlit balcony. Words tremble, voices whisper, and the night itself seems to pause. Every phrase is a secret promise, binding their souls in a dance of passion and defiance. Romeo's reply is urgent, full of fire and devotion. His love is unrestrained, vulnerable, and intoxicating. In the quiet of Verona's night, two hearts communicate without restraint, weaving a tapestry of longing that no feud can unravel. Their first secret meeting after the ball carries a tension so palpable, it seems the air itself trembles. Every step closer, every touch, is a risk. Their hearts race, and yet the danger heightens desire, proving that love and peril are inexorably intertwined. Tybalt's anger simmers, a storm waiting to break. Romeo tries to avoid conflict, but fate intervenes. Words sharpen like blades, insults fly, and tempers ignite, foreshadowing tragedy. Love's innocence is caught in a web of violence, making every stolen moment precious and fleeting. The duel erupts. Tybalt falls, and with him, Romeo's world fractures. Exile follows instantly, leaving the lovers separated by law, family, and circumstance. The fragility of love under pressure becomes painfully clear as desire meets consequence. Romeo's banishment is cruel, stripping him of home, security, and proximity to Juliet. Each step away from Verona is a dagger to the heart, yet their love persists, fueled by letters, secret messengers, and the unyielding hope of reunion. Juliet wrestles with fear and longing. Each day apart stretches endlessly, every moment heavy with uncertainty. Her heart clings to hope, every secret letter a lifeline. Love becomes her anchor, sustaining her amidst familial pressure and looming tragedy. Friar Lawrence devises a daring plan. Juliet will feign death, escape her family's control, and reunite with Romeo. The risk is immense. One misstep could destroy them. Yet desperation breeds courage, and hope sparks anew, fragile but fierce. Juliet drinks the potion with trembling resolve. The room grows still, her breath slowing, the world fading. In this terrifying silence, courage becomes her companion. Love demands sacrifice, and she answers with unwavering determination. The Capulet household awakens to horror. Juliet lies seemingly lifeless, pale and still. Sorrow grips hearts, unaware of the clever ruse. Despair fills the home, and the shadow of tragedy spreads while hope waits silently, hidden beneath death's guise. Romeo, hearing the news of Juliet's death, is overcome with anguish. Every thought of reunion turns into unbearable grief. In despair, he rushes to her tomb, poison in hand, his heart and mind consumed by love and the cruel hand of fate. The tomb is dark, cold, and solemn. Romeo enters, heart racing, eyes fixed on Juliet. His world narrows to her form, still and pale. Love and grief collide, and in that moment, the boundary between life and death blurs, binding them in eternity. Romeo kisses Juliet, tasting the bittersweet finality of their union. He drinks the poison with trembling hands. Each heartbeat, Manari kanabashabi, farus or wanishamitium. Each breath an act of devotion. Their love, intense and unyielding, reaches its ultimate tragic culmination. Juliet awakens to horror. Romeo lies lifeless. Shock and grief overwhelm her senses. Time slows, and in this suspended moment, love demands a final act of courage. Her devotion knows no bounds as she joins him in death to preserve their unity. Juliet's final choice is one of desperate love. She embraces Romeo, refusing to let life separate them. With a kiss and a whispered vow, she succumbs, ensuring that their hearts remain entwined beyond mortality, sealed in eternity. Verona awakens to tragedy. Citizens gather at the tomb, witnessing the devastating cost of hatred. Sorrow softens hearts. The story of Romeo and Juliet becomes a powerful reminder. Love's intensity can inspire, heal, and teach even in death. Montague and Capulet, struck by grief, finally reconcile. Their hatred, once unyielding, crumbles under the weight of loss. Through the young lover's sacrifice, they glimpse the futility of feud and the power of love to bridge the deepest divides. The city mourns, yet remembers. Flowers and candles adorn the tomb, each a silent tribute. Stories of forbidden love, courage, and tragedy ripple through Verona, ensuring that the lessons of passion and sacrifice endure in memory and song. The Capulet ball is recounted endlessly. Guests recall the fleeting moment Romeo first saw Juliet, the magic of that instant, their first touch, and the electric spark between them become legend, highlighting how destiny can strike in a heartbeat. Romeo's exile teaches the agony of love constrained by law and circumstance. Separation intensifies longing, transforming every message, every thought into a lifeline. Their connection survives distance, proving that love's strength lies in persistence and devotion. Juliet's courage inspires generations. Her willingness to risk everything for love embodies the timeless struggle between duty and desire. Even in death, her voice echoes. Love is both a risk and a triumph, fragile yet immortal. Friar Lawrence's role underscores hope amidst peril. His wisdom, guidance, and daring interventions provide the fragile bridge between love and tragedy. Though his plans cannot prevent fate, they enable love to shine briefly, brilliantly in a world of darkness. The duel with Tybalt exemplifies how violence entwines with love. Romeo's protective instinct and Tybalt's rage collide, shaping destiny. Passion, honor, and consequence intertwine, reminding all that love cannot exist in isolation from the world's harsh realities. Letters and secret meetings sustain the lovers' bond. Every word carries longing, every glance communicates devotion. In the shadow of death and hatred, their private love becomes an oasis of hope, intimacy, and courage. The potion plan tests bravery and trust. Juliet's willingness to feign death, Romeo's trust in her courage, and Friar Lawrence's faith all converge in a delicate dance. Love demands strategy, patience, and audacity, highlighting its profound complexity. Tip 88. Death, though cruel, cannot diminish their love. Even as tragedy strikes, the intensity of their bond radiates. Romeo and Juliet's devotion becomes a beacon, teaching Verona and the world about love's enduring, transformative power. Reconciliation between Montague and Capulet signifies hope born from tragedy. The city learns that loss can catalyze understanding. The young lover's sacrifice is immortalized as a catalyst for peace, proving love's influence transcends life and death. Verona's remembrance rituals, flowers, candles, stories, preserve their tale. Each gesture honors courage, defiance, and devotion. The city itself becomes a custodian of love, teaching future generations the price and power of passion. Juliet's innocence and resolve illuminate the story. Her unwavering love, combined with strategic daring, ensures the narrative's emotional resonance. Her choices highlight the potency of young courage and the endurance of heartfelt devotion. Romeo's passion drives the plot's intensity. His impulsive acts, tempered by love, underscore the blend of risk and reward in matters of the heart. Every decision propels tragedy, yet illuminates the beauty of boundless devotion. The balcony scene remains iconic. Its whispered vows and trembling confessions capture love's exhilaration and peril. The delicate tension between fear and desire embodies the timeless struggle for connection in a world of constraints. The secret wedding, brief yet profound, cements the lovers' commitment. Every word, gesture, and blessing carries weight beyond comprehension, sealing a union that defies societal norms, family expectations, and even fate itself. Tybalt's aggression, Romeo's defense, and ensuing exile create the narrative's dramatic tension. Conflict and passion intertwine, showing that love exists within a world of consequences, and that intensity often carries both delight and danger. Letters and clandestine messages sustain hope. Each word, each secret rendezvous is a lifeline. Distance sharpens desire, illustrating that true devotion persists despite barriers, time, and adversity. The tomb scene crystallizes the story's emotional peak. Love confronts death, and courage confronts despair. Every action reflects ultimate devotion, as Romeo and Juliet choose unity over life itself, cementing their legacy. The family's grief underscores tragedy's moral. Hatred's cost is measured in lost youth and shattered hearts. Reconciliation emerges through sorrow, highlighting love's power to heal, inspire, and transform even the most fractured relationships. Romeo and Juliet's tale transcends time. Their story embodies passion, defiance, sacrifice, and the fragility of life. It inspires, warns, and teaches, ensuring that the intensity of their love endures across generations. In death, they are immortal. Their love, intense, tragic, and transcendent, resonates through Verona and beyond. Romeo and Juliet remain symbols of the beauty and peril of forbidden love, eternal reminders that love can conquer, transform, and endure beyond mortality. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found this story inspiring or helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It truly means a lot and helps me create even more powerful stories for you.